What do we got here? All right. So this girl asked me three questions. So the first one she asked was, "What do you feel separates mentally stable athletes from mentally unstable athletes, especially towards the last final weeks of contest prep?"
Mm,
Uh,
so it's a good question, but I feel like if somebody in life outside of just being an athlete is mentally stable, generally prep doesn't impact them too much. But
Right.
I mean, I would say a majority of people have at least an occasion or two where they're not in a great headspace when they push for really hard conditioning.
Right.
Um, it's just kind of the nature of the game because your body doesn't want to be that fucking lean.
Right.
So your hormones
Yeah.
are all fucked up. You're taking all these exogenous drugs, most likely, at least with our audience. So I don't know if there's necessarily one thing that separates anybody. It's really just like, is that individual as an athlete or just as a person rather kind of level, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
And also Marquis's point about Cyberpunk 2077. I played that in like 2020, 2021. It was a good game. Not like my whole vibe really. It's a little weird, like science fiction, but it is another game that you can get immersed in.
I'm gonna get used to Skyrim first, and then I'll and then I'll go to that. Um, yeah, no, I agree with everything you said. I think a lot of like when it comes to like PED usage, prep, I think it just magnifies, I think, how an individual is just like more, you know what I mean? So like I always say if somebody's just like an asshole by nature or like loud mouth or anything, I feel like when like the hormones are all out of whack and stuff like that, it just kind of makes it, I guess, more, right? It brings it more to the surface. But like you said, I mean, at some point in a prep, when you're getting truly conditioned, there's going to obviously be the time where, you're moody, you're irritable, you maybe don't want to be bothered, you want to just be left alone. Um, I think though, something like this really just falls on how bad somebody really wants it. You know what I mean? Um, regardless of how much the PEDs or the diet or anything, like if you really like want to get there and get there at your best, like, people that are very driven towards their goals, stick it out. I mean, and we know obviously a lot of people who can, and I mean, that's fine. It's just, I feel like it, as cliche as it sounds, at times it does come down to just how bad do you want it. You know what I mean? Um, and I think
Yeah,
on,
one of the things just to touch on with that, like I've been given shit for, and like you've been given shit for by our athletes. It's like if we're peaking fucking, 6 people for a show plus, like there's not a lot of time during the day to eat, right? We usually reserve those days for our treat meals. And I'll eat my treat meal in front of my athletes the day out because at the end of the day, if that upsets you, you don't fucking want it bad enough at all.
yeah, bro, I had a whole fucking pizza, remember?
Yep.
And I also highly agree with Sam. That's actually a really good point. Like, if you
The chat must be broken for me, what you said.
So Sam said if you're, if you clinically have like anything mentally like unstable, like if you're diagnosed depression, anxiety, like I got bad anxiety, but I mean like if it's not something that you have a true, you have a true grip over, there's nothing, not saying there's anything wrong with any of that, right? I don't want people to take that the wrong way, but I'm saying if you don't have a good grip on how to deal with that, you know what I mean, internally with yourself, like find a happy place or what to navigate when you're having those emotions and that feeling. That is something definitely, Sam's right. You should have a grip over first, right? And understand the whys behind it and what to do with coping and things like that before you go ahead, especially with PEDs and jump in and just alter all your hormones. So that's a really good point too. So like um, sometimes getting that fixed, or worked on first is going to actually help you have a more productive prep because I feel like if you think prep is just going to divert your focus, right? Sometimes it can make it worse. So,
Also,
yeah. Um, Sa- Sam's question. So she asked me if I had to pick Diet Coke or Ghost for the rest of my life, which one would it be? And I'd hate to see either one go as it pains me, but I would definitely choose Diet Coke. Um,
And ghosts and
I
drinking ghosts.
I know, because you said with the caffeine, which makes sense, but I drink Ghost more because how good it tastes versus for the caffeine, right? But Diet Coke and whoever the fuck just said neither is just sick. They're both hard. The John Daniel Silva.
That was my client.
Who the fuck are you, dude?
What did he
What?
say?
He said they're both horrible. What the?
Oh,
Yeah,
John, your price is going up. Sorry, buddy.
yeah, it's that, and you're gonna be eating oxygen for the next month. That
no,
is that.
no PEDs for you either.
Yeah, fuck
No
yeah,
TRT either.
yeah, no TRT. Matt needs to drop Johnson's. Who? First of all, now I need to know because now I'm on the defense. What makes Diet Coke horrible? Because that's a strong, horrible is a very strong word. I
Agreed.
need to know, John. So you need to either DM me or put it here in the chat. Um, but I said with Diet Coke, like, say I don't have water, right? And I wake up and I'm thirsty at 2 a.m. I will 100% chug a can of Diet Coke. I've also, in prep, have drinking Diet Coke like right after fasted cardio in the morning. It's like 6 a.m. So, Ghost, you could do that too, but Diet Coke, I feel like there's more versatility. Like you go out to dinner, you can have 8 glasses of Diet Coke. You know what I mean? Um, so
There'll
um
be more caffeine than a ghost at that point.
yeah, you're right, but it's just that taste, that first sip of Diet Coke right here. Just it just hits right.
Right
He
in your
doesn't like the
gut.
taste. That's crazy. So what kind of drinks do you like, John?
He probably likes Mountain Dew.
He's gonna say that. I know he is. If he doesn't like Diet Coke, Cherry Zero, Coke Zero is ass.
He says Diet Coke is diet for
It's
guys
time
who
to
don't
check,
want to
Mark.
wipe their ass.
Marquis, it's time to check your estrogen levels, buddy.
Actually, you just sent me a blood work today. His estrogen was in check, so it's good.
Well, then I don't know the excuse here. John said Diet Coke is for guys who moan when they wipe their ass. Well, I can definitely tell you I don't moan when I wipe my ass, but I definitely drink a lot of Diet Coke. Yeah, this is crazy. You learn something new every day. You learn something. All right. Anyway, but you pick Ghost, you said, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So Sam, what about? I don't know. Sam would probably pick Ghost too.
Yeah, she doesn't drink Diet Coke.
Yeah, but she also doesn't hate it. John said something's not heading up. I'm deeply offended. All right. The same girl asked, "Do you have any do you have any set way that you coach a competitor through their post-show rebounds so they mentally don't fall off?"
I mean, the mental aspect is entirely up to the athlete at the end of the day. But I guess things that we can do to help make it easier for somebody is incorporate foods that they like. So, it's a little
Absolutely.
bit easier on them, because we're gonna have a little bit more leeway with their food being higher. Um, and I don't know. So I guess a lot of coaches I've noticed once an athlete is done with prep, it's almost like they go back in the back burner of their mind. So like continue to make it clear the progress that the client is making. Like the amount of times with the app that we use, I can just pull up somebody side by side from let's say like the beginning of the reverse to 6 weeks later. Like that's motivating, right? Because if the athlete does it correctly, those are some of the best gains that you're going to make. So just stuff like that. But at the end of the day, it really is up to the athlete to remember that this is like a long haul thing. It's not just I prep for 16 or 20 weeks and then it's like going back to being normal. It's like, nah, if you want to be a good bodybuilder, you gotta be on your shit all year.
Yeah, 100%. I think I think too, like a post show, you can really see like who's really in it for a longer haul versus um who really just like kind of wanted to do it to do it. You know what I mean? And like say they did. And obviously either one's not right or wrong. Um, but like you said, mentally it's on the individual. You know what I mean? It's how they handle it. The biggest thing I never understood, and I really still don't, is how you're so strict for 20, 24 weeks. Even, I mean, a lot of our athletes for a whole fucking year with us before prep. You know what I mean? Or from a year from to the show. And like how you go 52 weeks of perfection or 20 weeks of perfection, and then it's just like off the rails. You know what I mean? So that I don't understand because I know you've never done that. I've never done that. So from a from a personal standpoint, I don't get that, but I can understand. And I think we talked about this a few weeks ago where, somebody like you said, you made a good point where they don't have like a set goal or date in mind anymore. You know what I mean? So they think there's time. And I mean, I know you and I both preach to individuals, especially as shows get closer, how important it is to, hey, you really got to stay on par here because you can really like 1 month of binge eating or like even a week of binge eating can ruin like the next 6 months. You know what I mean? So the mental part, I would tell this girl's on the athlete. I mean, for us, I mean, we can as coaches, we can get the foods we want in, ask an athlete like, hey, give me a list of foods you've been craving that you want in your diet. I mean, it's on them though to portion it out and weigh it what we have on plan, not binge. And we get like maybe a macro calculated free meal, and I know you're big on that. You
Yeah,
give
yeah.
somebody a cat, and which is a great strategy. And but the whole point of this is there's still discipline and boundaries within even all that stuff that you still want to follow. But that's what I would say how we would probably help. I mean, and obviously, like we always would talk to an athlete if they needed it.
Yep.
So, um, okay. Do you guys often get individuals that reach out that want to jump right into prep? And then there was like a second question.
Well, it's not super often, but it happens.
Yeah, I
It's
was
like
gonna say
it's like a
not.
case by case thing, Like
Yeah.
if the person's in a solid spot to start a prep, they're healthy, they're not like,
Mhm.
we're not gonna have to do anything unnatural during the prep. Is it like my favorite scenario? No, by far it's not. It's far from my favorite scenario, but like I've done it.
Yeah, 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 yeah. And like you said, it's not often, but it happens. And she asked the follow-up question was, if so, how do you teach them or explain to them to have a little bit more patience so they can bring a better package?
That's a good question. Yeah, I mean, just being straight up about it. Like, look, I need time to know your body, learn your body, or maybe we just need time to get you bigger, or
Yep.
whatever it may be, or like
Yep.
maybe we need more time to get you lean, right?
Yep. Yep. Yep.
So it's really
Yeah.
it, just being straight up about it.
Yeah. 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 I would say, just pretty much explaining to them like, hey, like the more time you're going to have here, under a coach, the better, allows them to learn your body, you guys to get to know each other, learn each other, grow, improve, right? Just, make the prep a little bit smoother, make sure obviously your health on your lab works good and all that. So I would say usually when people understand all that, they're like, oh, okay. Because not a lot of people like come to a coach and even understand what really the sport entails. They just think like, hey, they just got to go on a diet and they're going to be ready in 4 months. So,
Mhm.
um, but yeah, I thought that was a good question.
Agreed.
Um, how have you guys noticed the judging criteria changing across the sport since COVID?
Since COVID, I mean,
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if they said that. They could have just said the last 5 years, I feel, or you know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. I mean, I guess first things first is the quality of athlete. I would say has gone up pretty significantly since
Yep.
then. Like the pro cards that are being given out now, are the athletes are quite a bit better than they were back
Yep.
then across the board. But in terms of the classes, I mean, I think if you look at again, we have to kind of break this down between like amateurs and pros
Right.
because they are definitely judged differently, and even national shows to regional shows.
Mhm.
But I would say if you're looking at it by category, I mean, I would say not much has changed in bodybuilding and classic, other than in open bodybuilding, they definitely are favoring more of the aesthetic guys as opposed to the guys that might be like huge and shredded but have these, super blocky looking physiques. And if we look at like who's won the Olympia the past, 5 years or so, I would say that it pretty much is evidence right there.
Yep. Yep.
Um, Classic, I mean, it's more or less the same. It's just all the guys have gotten bigger and harder. And again, they are rewarding the guys with the smaller waists, but
Yep.
that's always been the case in classic, right?
Yep.
Um, Bikini is probably the one that's changed the most. I mean,
Oh yeah.
those girls have gotten huge and they have gotten hard as fuck. Um, so yeah, that's I guess my perspective on that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, they did all the standards across all the divisions. I mean, the physiques have gotten just insane. You know what I mean? They're from 5 years ago to now. You could tell. Obviously, it's just the development, the conditioning, right? The even the presentation and like posing has even gotten like a lot different and better. I feel. Um, but I think I agree with you. I think bikini has like done the biggest shift or like overhaul. It's like if you compare like Miss Olympia 5 years ago to like not last year. I know last year obviously was like, they like none of the girls were in like crazy shape, right? But like the Arnold or like the Olympia 2 years ago, like those girls, like they look insane. Like they are crazy developed. Um, and then I think obviously second to that would just be classic. I think classic too is just taking like a completely like league of its own. Like, dude, classic could have like NPC and the IFBB could just have their own classic shows and they would sell out. I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah,
But
and,
like, is that
and I would say the same for bikini too.
yeah, bikini too?
Those are probably the two biggest classes,
Yeah.
and I would say probably the hardest classes right
Yeah,
now.
yeah, I agree. They're the most competitive, 100%. Um,
When you look at it like per capita, like yeah, obviously the guys that are winning pro cards and like super heavyweights, light heavyweights are fucking insane.
oh yeah,
Those are the hardest pro cards to get for your kind of story.
yep,
Um, at least from my perspective.
yep,
But yeah, I mean, there's so many good guys in classic, both in the amateur league and the pro league. For fucking get about it.
yeah, yeah,
I mean, same with bikini. There's a lot of fucking good amateurs, and there's a billion fucking good
yep,
pros.
yeah, absolutely. And there's a reason why, like a lot of these shows, like you could take the same bikini lineup, you could have them do 4 shows in a row, back to back to back weeks, and there could be a different winner at every single one. Same thing with
Yep.
classic physique.
Actually, pertaining to this question, so I was at a gym opening event in Pennsylvania, and Paul Azon was there, who, if you guys don't know, is really popular because of Bro Chat. He's best friends with Fouad Abiad. And I spoke to him, and he told me that he actually gets on a call every week with Bill Sibilia, who's an Olympia head judge. Sometimes Tyler gets on there, and a handful of the other Olympia judges. Jack is on there. They got a weekly call, and they are talking about the criteria to make it more consistent across all panels. So this
Wow.
is like, yeah, this is really fucking cool information. And I think it's great because when you look at shows, let's say overseas, in the UK and even like the Middle East and stuff. When you look at the females, bro, holy fuck, man, the bikini girls are like
Oh, dude, night and
they're
day.
hard as fucking nails and they're yoked out of their face. And
Yep.
we'll be real, the drug use in those countries are very heavy compared to the
Right.
Americas.
Right. Right.
And there are heavy, obviously, dosages in Americas as well, but in those countries, like a moderate dose is like pretty much a heavy dose from what I
Right.
see on average, at least in the U.S. for sure.
Right.
And I've spoken to, when I started working with Justin, I spoke with a high level coach who is out of the UK, and we spoke about some dosages, and like, yeah, they don't fuck around over there for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Um, but anyway, yeah, that was a really cool tidbit from the event that I was at. It's good to hear
Yeah.
that they're trying to make the judging more consistent.
Yeah, because I mean the level of competition now, like we said, is just so crazy. It's so good and it's only getting better in my opinion. So having something like that where it is they're trying to make it as consistent as they can honestly refreshing to hear.
Yep. Yep.
You
Oh
know?
yeah, I forgot to mention for those who don't know, Paul is a judge as well.
Yeah,
IFBB,
yeah,
NPC, and
yep,
NPC judge.
yeah. Does he judge the Olympia?
No,
No, I know he
no,
judges
he
like
judges most. I think he only judges Canadian shows. I forget what one America. He's got some Mexican and like South American shows he judges, but he's going to start judging U.S. pro shows. He judges NPC shows
yep,
in the U.S. right now. Though.
that's awesome. Yeah, he's a cool dude.
Super nice guy, man.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I talked to him at Universe last year. It was really cool dude. Um, okay. What would you guys recommend to make bodybuilding a sustainable career path?
I mean, you're basically two couple of different routes you could take. One, you could get in on a vendor side and build a career on the vendor side,
Yep.
whether it's equipment, supplements, you name it. And obviously, it's not like you're getting paid to be a bodybuilder, but you're in the industry. You are going to network with the right people, so on and so forth. In my mind, that's still making bodybuilding part of your career.
Yep.
Um, Coaching, which is the most prominent, obviously, and then lastly, and probably your worst bet is the influencer route and just trying to blow up your social media, get sponsorships, and get paid for all that shit. So
Yeah, yeah.
that or the last one, which is like the 1%, and I definitely don't recommend trying this unless you are like an absolute S tier genetics, is you are a genetic freak and you just take it to the top pretty quick.
Yeah, that and then you get sponsors and prize money and all that shit,
Mhm.
you know. So yeah, yeah, yeah. Which I love what you said. I don't recommend that. I mean, it's true.
Yeah, you got to pursue other paths at the same time. If you
Yeah,
are like somebody who's like, yeah, I'm going to win the Olympiad, I'm just going to
right,
fucking dominate. And
right.
look, maybe you are that like genetic 1% that, you can say that and have that goal and it is realistic. You should push for it. But, there's obviously very few and far between.
Yeah,
So,
yep. Yeah, yeah. I agree with everything you said. Um, okay, so I got two more here. Three more, sorry. If an amateur wants to win their first NPC show, what do you guys feel they should prioritize first?
consistency.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, just be consistent. So I would say obviously get under somebody who's been there, done that, right? Get good, like good, stable, reliable coaching, right? But also, like we always say, somebody who's actually been there, done that, right? So um, that would be what I would say first, right? Um, Number two, like you said, just follow your fucking plan as consistent and as long as you possibly can.
In my opinion, that's what separates like 9 out of 10 people
A
from the ones
hundred,
that do
a hundred
well and
percent.
improve and the ones that don't.
And I think a good trait to have too is just being patient.
Maureen
Other,
said prayer.
yeah. And she said, "Good luck, baby."
Say 5 Hail Marys before the show and you're guaranteed
Yeah,
to win.
yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, if you pray 5 times a day, you'll definitely win your first overall. So it's really all
Well
it
said,
takes.
my friend. And John
Um,
says 2 grams of test. No.
so there's that. I'll double the ante to 4 grams, John, and a diet coke, buddy. What show is he doing this year?
We're going to talk about that tomorrow because he was going to do RGV, but
Right,
they canceled it.
right. And is he from around our area?
Texas.
Texas. Fuck. Okay. Um, what would you guys recommend a first time competitor know before they commit to an actual contest prep? And I think Sam, if I'm not mistaken, made a post on this, correct?
She might have. She's making a lot of posts lately.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
she did. She did.
I think they're good. It's good.
Um,
It's good information that she's posting.
you should know that you have to shave before you get on stage is a good one.
Yo, when I read her thing, it said especially what I say, especially the booty hole. Yo, I fucking lost it.
Well, I mean, let's just be real. Calling a spade a spade. I've seen so many guys that like have their whole body shape, but literally you can see like their ass hair sticking out of their trunks, and it's like, dude, like you just worked this whole fucking time. You don't want like, come on, just
It
make
it
sure
was
you
it,
shave every inch.
it was just the way Sam worded it, but also it was just the first fucking bullet. I started dying laughing, and then when I reshared the post, she texted me, and I was like, I was just so funny because I didn't expect that to be the first bullet, but she's not
Yeah,
wrong though. Fucking make
yeah,
sure
no.
you're shaved, and if you're 3 days,
My client JC, he jokes out. He says, first thing I hear is shaving booty holes.
my wife spread my cheeks, yo.
Mine does too, buddy.
Yeah, yeah, they gotta do what they gotta do. That's so funny. Yeah, don't make sure you're not 3 days out trying to do a show and not knowing you have to fucking shave.
Yeah. No, but what's the important one is just like get a sense of the cost, man. Because if you're living paycheck to paycheck, like please don't try to compete.
No, no. I would say that's probably one of our biggest pet peeves, wouldn't you say? Mine and yours.
It's pet peeves, and it's just like I have
Common
concern
sense.
for you,
Yeah,
Like
common sense.
I don't want you to go broke because you're gonna go get a fucking plastic trophy. I know it's great to like set goals and
You're right. Right.
work towards them, but like you can set a fitness goal and not compete. Like,
Yep.
you could do it as minimalistic as possible with just food and training if you need,
Yep.
right? There's nothing wrong with that. But
I
like
agree. Yep.
I would hate to see somebody be like, oh, my car broke down and I can't get it fixed because I just paid for my show registration fee or like so you know what I mean? Like
Right. Yeah. It's yeah, of course. I always tell people all the time, do not go broke over a bodybuilding show. I
Yeah.
mean, it'll
So
be there the next year. You know.
going back to shaving, John asked a good question. How do we recommend shaving? I've always done 2 days before the show. I've heard a week before with a mechanical razor. I don't know about the week before piece, but so this, from my perspective, really comes down to the sensitivity of the athlete's skin and how quickly
Right.
they grow back hair. So myself, like I grow back hair really quick. So and I don't have sensitive skin, so I shave the morning of whenever my 10 is, which is usually the day before I compete. So I'll shave that morning, which generally isn't even recommended by a lot of people. I think most tanning places recommend the night before.
Yeah. That's
Like
what I've always done.
if you're getting tan, let's say 6 p.m. on Friday, like shave your body Thursday night before you go to bed.
Yep.
That's most of the advice that you'll get. I would say the electric razor is good for like touch ups and stuff because it's not really going to irritate your skin much. But I mean, those aren't. I've been not the which one, the green one. You know which one I'm talking about?
Oh, the I think it's
Something.
Norelco or something.
Yeah, Norelco. Yeah, that one's pretty good, I'll say. But
Yeah,
I haven't had
that's
one
what
in a while.
Nina shaves my back with.
Yeah, it's a solid piece, but mine broke, so I don't have it
Yeah,
anymore.
I'll get you one, buddy.
Thank you.
um, yeah. So for me, I mean, I don't really have like sensitive skin, but I've always done shave full like with a razor on Thursday morning just because of how fast my hair grows. Any touch up with a razor on Thursday night, and then with the Norelco, any touch ups with that Friday. But it's really not much, just because. And then use like exfoliating like Dove soap for like I would start that at like a month out. At least minimum 2 weeks out, and just get a loofah and just scrub your fucking skin down. Have your somebody, you don't have a fucking girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, wife, spouse, just fucking get somebody to loofah your fucking back down, exfoliate your skin essentially with some Dove soap. Um, but in terms of shaving, I mean, I would say you can't go wrong with the day before.
Yeah.
Exfoliate and the day before, and Sam said to exfoliate. It's really important.
Ryan asked about Nair, so I don't recommend Nair at all.
No, dude, and that shit fucking stinks, Ryan. Oh,
Yeah, so this
fuck
kid
yeah.
actually, I had an athlete doing the Connecticut East Coast Cup, and this kid, one of my friend's clients, he had burns all over his fucking arms and his
Oh,
armpits. And I was like, "Oh, what happened to you? Like, you all right?" And he's like, "Dude, I used Nair, and it
oh,
fucking fucked me up." So yeah, that's definitely something you don't want to use risk.
yeah, fuck that. Nah, you're better off with a razor, or just go get wax, Ryan. Do not do that. Do not fucking do that. Um, okay. My last question. How do you guys feel people striving to get a pro card affects family and work life?
Definitely can affect it. It's up to the
Yeah.
individual
Yeah,
how
I was
much
just
they're
gonna
going to let
say,
it
yeah,
affect.
yeah, it's really again back to the individual and how much does somebody let it affect things. I think the second time, obviously, like you don't really know what the fuck you're in for, especially the first time. So obviously, like it can affect that. But I mean, for fuck's sake, my last prep 4 fucking years ago was fucking full on 40 weeks in a school, buying a fucking house. You know what I mean? Like, getting done, my house being fucking destroyed from trees during COVID, rebuilding the thing, high stress. I mean, fuck, I've seen Matt do fucking preps working two fucking full time jobs, wife, kids, being present, still as a husband, dad, and two jobs. Like it's fucking doable. Like you said, you just have to do it. You have to want to do it,
Mhm.
and you can't. It becomes more of like a seesaw battle. There's more to juggle. And
100%.
yeah, so like you said, it really depends on the individual.
Yep. Yeah, just don't let it like impact your relationships as too much, and obviously don't get fired from your job because of it.
No, no, fucking right, dude. Yeah.
Unless you want to get fired from your job. Like I've been in that position plenty of times. And they're like, all right, we're doing layoffs. I'm like, all right, guys, what's the package?
All right, I'm 6 weeks out.
Yeah, is it good enough? I'll take it.
It's good advice.
Dude, don't let an employer make you miserable. Obviously, make sure your bills are paid, but you are
Right.
nobody's bitch in this world. You don't let
Yeah.
anybody treat you like it.
Fucking hell, dude. All right, what do you got?
Let's see. Favorite dessert. It's a tough question off the bat. Fuck.
That is a fucking tough question. Wow. Oh my God. Look, there's so many ways we could go with this. There's pies, there's ice creams, there's
That's the hardest part is there's so many categories. Like
I
where do I
know,
go?
like, all right, so let's break this down. There's pies. Let's go this. What's your favorite pie?
Yeah. Any kind of crumb pie, like
We talked when we talked about this the other day.
yeah, I fucking love crumb pie. Like apple cream, like any. I don't care what it is, bro.
All right.
Fucking use some crumb pie.
All right, here we go. I Googled dessert categories. All right.
This is getting
What's
serious.
what's your favorite cake?
I don't, dude. Cake. I mean, cheesecake. Cake doesn't really do it
Uh,
for me, you know.
Cheesecake, I'm with you 100%. What about your favorite cookie?
Chocolate chip,
Chocolate chip, I would say oatmeal
chocolate.
raisin if they did.
Dude, you pronounce it like CHAC, chocolate.
That's my
It's
southern
your
girlfriend.
accent.
That's my
It's your
southern girlfriend.
fucking. It's your Philly accent, dude.
Low key pie is overrated. I mean,
No, get out of here. Who said that?
John,
John, you have the
again, this
worst takes.
motherfucker. John,
The worst
dude.
takes.
Oh my God, bro. What the
At least
fuck?
you got the Tres Leches and
Comes in
Anthony.
here first off swinging for a grand slam saying Diet Coke is horrible. Now he's saying pie is overrated. Oh my
No,
God.
John, he's not going to be happy on our phone call tomorrow. I'm going to sit on him.
It's gonna try and call you. It's gonna be like the phone number is disconnected.
Yeah. We got to
uh,
cut. I mean, Marquis and Anthony are both my clients. Tiramisu, fucking S tier choice, actually.
yeah,
Jason.
tiramisu
Oh,
fucking suck.
I saw Jason at the fucking event. Dude, it was good to see him.
It was a great
Cinnamon
picture.
rolls. Another fucking
And
banger
then
of a
John
choice.
coming over here. Cheesecake isn't even cake. There's the word cake is in the fucking name. I don't understand. How
Yeah,
old,
yeah, what
John?
is it
How old are
considered?
you?
I think John's like 26, 25. He's young and
Yeah, Carvel ice cream cake is top tier. That's a good one too. If you're in the mood for like ice cream, for sure. Tiramisu is like S tier fucking cake though.
it's very good. Very
It's
good.
fun. All right. Anyway, before John just again hit us with some bullshit, um, he's 23. Wow,
Oh man, he's a fucking
he's like
prodigy.
in high school.
Kid's a stud, man. He's gonna kill it in
He's got a
classic.
you, John. All
He's
jokes
born
aside,
for it.
obviously, we're just obviously kidding, but you do have an insane physique, dude, especially for such a young age. Um, Still doesn't change the fact I'm highly disappointed in the Diet Coke comment. Still, crumb
Sam makes
cake,
pretty Sam makes
crumb
pretty
cake's
slim and
S tier.
crumpy.
Crumb cake, tiramisu, cookies, right? You said chocolate.
Coffee
Do you
cake.
do you like oatmeal raisin?
Yeah,
Yeah, I think that's like my second or third.
it's
Um,
up there.
yeah. What about your favorite pastry?
Pastry? I don't know,
Yeah,
donut.
yeah, dude. What about like an eclair?
What are those again?
Like they have like the cream filling with like the
Aren't
chocolate
they kind of
outside.
aren't they like kind of are they soft? They're hard.
They so they're soft. I think like you heat them up and then they're soft.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't had one of those in ages.
Yeah, me neither. Actually, me neither.
All right, pick
Um,
one. One dessert period. That's it.
oh, I like a good cobbler too. This is actually making me hungry.
Cobbler.
What? Oh,
Peruvian alfajores. I don't know what that is.
that's great. Yeah, I don't even know what that sounds. It probably sounds good. How about? All right.
Cheese Danish is really good.
Yeah, Boston cream's pretty good too. Yeah, two Danishes in a row.
Cannoli,
Cannoli, yeah, it's another good one. All right. What about your favorite candy?
candy. Mm. I don't know, man. I'm not like a big candy guy. It's hard to say.
I'm not either. I'm not either. Okay,
I don't know.
I'll take the crumb cake. I'm like a good
Crumb cake.
and a good pie and a good fucking pie. If you give me a good pie and a
Um,
cheesecake, I'd be satisfied. Like a good fucking cheesecake.
Yo, Jonathan here with the York peppermint patties, bro. He
York,
has the worst takes I've
dude,
ever heard
John.
in my life.
Yeah, John, this is getting
Dude,
crazier, dude.
dude, John, you might as well just eat gum.
Yo, I love how all our clients come in here, and as soon as we bring up food, it's all like we have like
Yeah, it's about
45.
the
Look at the
choice.
comments are going crazy. Look at this shit. Those strawberry
Um,
hard candies with the gel filling that your grandmama, Ryan, what the
no
fuck are?
way. Those are trash,
Yeah,
man.
those are like they've
Those
been
are,
sitting on the table like in the fucking laundry room for like 47 years, dude.
the only reason he likes them is the nostalgia. Probably just it reminds him of his childhood.
Yeah, I mean he's got a nice M3, so
Yeah,
Ryan's he's welcome with us anytime. John
yeah.
is canceled.
Yeah,
Jason,
John is canceled.
yeah, John, this is crazy, bro. You really dug the grave, bro.
Fucking, he comes out of the woodwork at York
Yeah,
peppermint
like the
patties.
Diet Coke thing was like that was the nail in the coffin for me, and then it
Dude,
just kept going.
he likes to basically eat toothpaste.
Adam goes, time to go eat ahi tuna and rice. This combo is too much.
I
M2,
would so much
M3.
rather I would so much rather that than fucking any of the shit that we just said anyway.
Oh yeah, dude.
I love ahi tuna.
Yeah, oh, it's so good. All right, anyway,
Sauces, sweet tarts all the
Coke
way.
Zero for oh my god, it's getting worse,
I mean,
John.
I like Coke Zero, so I got some common
Yeah,
ground on
but
there.
Diet Coke is superior to it.
I agree.
All right,
Yeah,
next
man,
one.
I think we beat this question to death. Let's
A
move on.
crisp Diet Coke. That's what I'm talking about.
Favorite body part to train?
Well, right now, my fucking legs, because my fucking arm feels like it's about to fall
Yeah,
off. I would always. So I would say in the 15 years I've been consistently training, I would say if I had to break those 15 years down to like percentage wise of like what I enjoy training the most, it's going to probably be my quads or like my legs.
yeah. Right now, I'd say delts and arms, just because
Yeah.
it's worst body parts.
Yeah. Ryan said Coke Zeros for guys that sit down when they pee. Oh my god. That was funny. I would say like probably like 8 or 9 of like the 15 years I've consistently trained. I'd say legs was always like that part where like it was always that love, you know what I mean? It's that love hate where like you know you're
Been going,
fucking
yeah.
gonna borderline fucking go and die here and you're not gonna be able to walk or fucking shit normal for like a week. But there was
Well,
just
lucky for
something,
me, I don't really need to have leg days like that anymore because Joe just told me to slow down on the legs.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't need. I'm just talking like the fun of it. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, yeah, no, fucking, I've had plenty of
Yeah.
fun training.
That
It is the
video,
best.
that video you sent me the other day, and it said our next leg day together. Yo,
It
dude, I was dying laughing.
was a video of these two Indian guys training, and fucking the one guy was squatting on the Smith machine. And the other guy pulled his shorts and his underwear up so you see his ass cheek.
Bless
And
you.
thank you, he was hitting it with a belt on his ass cheek every rep.
Yeah, Matt sent it to me, and he was like, "This is our next leg day together.
Yep.
We'll record it."
It'll go viral.
It honestly probably would. All right, what do you got next? That was a
Let's
good
see.
question. The favorite candy question was pretty good.
How many surgeries have you had done?
Um, two, God, two should have probably need more.
You had your quad,
Yeah, my
your
quad,
hernia.
my shoulder. Oh, okay. I thought they meant like bodybuilding related. Total, wisdom teeth. I had 2 hernias, my quad rupture, and my shoulder 6 weeks ago.
I've had three. My biceps, balls, and nipples.
The nipple one was the best one.
I think the balls are the best idea, but the
The
nipples
balls.
second.
Oh, God. What else you got?
This one was from Marquis, actually. What are your thoughts on secretagogues? So things that increase natural GH production, so things like CJC, IGF-1, blah blah blah. So I think I have definitely seen benefit from these things. However, you do have to run them at pretty high doses, and they're very expensive. So I would always just opt for GH. But that being said, there are uses for things such as like a GHRP6 for appetite, right? It doesn't always necessarily need to be for like the purpose of hyperplasia, getting your growth hormone IGF-1 up to pro from a bodybuilding perspective.
Yep.
Just take GH.
I completely agree. I mean, we've had this conversation so many times, and
Many
every time we
times, yeah.
fucking all I go, I just read R.I.P. Matt's nuts. John said
You
that.
say,
John said,
my nuts are funny fine, man.
I'll also be getting my balls operated on this year as well. For,
Yeah, it was
um,
a vasectomy. It wasn't like an injury or anything like that.
yeah, I'm gonna find the best vasectomy doctor on the East Coast because
Good. I'm telling you, the guy that did me up, he was good.
I
Come stay
I
at the
I
house a
I'm,
couple days.
I might have to, dude. If they can't, if like where Matt went or Brandon went down here can't get me in like ASAP, like as soon as
You're gonna hit that console pretty soon because I had to go like 6 months in advance.
Ryan said the boys are shooting blank. Mine fucking my John said gender change. Steve, if my wife gets fucking pregnant with twins again, fucking might consider it. Fuck. um, he said mine don't even work to be honest.
Movie.
That's what I thought too, buddy. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And here I am with four fucking girls later. So don't chance it. But yeah, I agree. Just take growth hormone. There's all these peptides out now, some around, all these fucking different peptides. Oh, they're gonna, raise your growth hormone levels and all this. And the crazy part is, you can actually get growth hormone for cheaper. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? And like, I don't think a lot
Yeah.
of people realize that. But Matt or I would probably just tell you to fucking take real growth hormone. You'd be better off, honestly. And I feel like long term, you're probably better off too. There's a lot more studies and evidence of thousands and thousands of people that have taken real growth hormone for how many years, right? So there's a lot more stuff, evidence and studies and experience out there than these peptides. So,
Yeah.
um, but yeah. You got anything else?
Oh yeah, actually I got one more. It's a good one. How is it working with a coach when you are a coach yourself?
Um, it's a good question. So I guess I guess before Matt and I like got into coaching, we were obviously very coachable ourselves. You know what I mean? So we had coaches for years and years. So I don't I don't know that my perspective on that has changed at all, honestly. Like I feel like, when like what we expect from individuals is what we give our coaches, right? So like we're already coachable individuals as is, you know what I mean? Sure, like we have more knowledge and whatnot, but I mean, I kind of, for me, I understand like, hey, like this is my coach, and for me, I just need to follow the plan that's laid out, just like I expect my clients to do. So, I mean, I feel like we were already coachable, you know what I mean, for many, many years before we were coaching individuals.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I guess like a benefit of it is like I know if a coach tried to tell me to do something asinine,
Right,
that I would not do it. I would know
right,
better.
right.
But I guess one thing that I noticed, at least during my last prep, is I found myself kind of like there were a couple instances where I'd be doing something different right now, you know,
Yep,
and I kind of had to like judge whether or not I wanted to say something at that time because sometimes it's a matter of like, hey, let me just see what happens, right? Let's let this play out and see what happens.
right.
But there were a few times where I did have to be like, hey, I think we need to do X, Y, and Z.
Right.
Um, so there is like it is a double-edged sword in some instances, right? Because you can imagine if I was an irrational person, that might cause an issue,
Right.
you know.
Yep,
But the times that I have aired things to my coach that I think we should do differently, they were received well.
right. Yeah. Yeah, like you said, I think like just where our knowledge is now, like with coaching and such, like our eyes, we just know more and our eyes have been opened to more. So, like we know what's asinine and not. So, it's a good question.
Yeah, and that was all I got.
All right. I'm open my notes. I maybe answer like one more I had from like a few weeks ago.
Sure.
Let's see. It's fucking loading. All right. This is the one I was gonna ask last week, but or 2 weeks ago, we had a lot of good questions. Um, how do you guys so it's actually one of my clients. Actually, Feldman asked this. He said, "How do you guys think PED protocols will evolve over the next 10 years?"
Good question.
Yeah, I
I don't know.
know.
It's,
And I
it's like
texted him. I'm
hard to
like, "Why the
say.
fuck would you ask us that?" He's like, "I don't know. I'm just curious what you guys think because of how like peptides have come around so much just in the last couple of years." What do you
Yeah,
guys prefer, heavy duty or volume? What do you mean heavy duty, John? And then we'll answer
heavy
that.
duty.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll see what happens. I mean, one of the factors is what drugs will be available to us. Because obviously we're running into situations with such prominent drugs and Astron and Primo not being
Ugh,
available.
R.I.P.
And I think we are going to see some things change, like compounds like SLU completely replacing Klein potentially.
I think it. I think it. In my opinion, from what we are hearing, dude, like kind of already 50-50 has.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, there are two different mechanisms behind fat loss, so I don't see a reason why you can't stack them. But this SLU is fucking good.
I know. I know.
Justin put me on two grams of it, actually.
Whoa! Holy fuck!
It's a lot, yeah.
Damn, bro. Well, you're a fucking big motherfucker, dude.
Hmm.
You know? Damn,
Yeah,
dude. Fucking hell, you're gonna feel good. You're gonna.
yeah.
Holy
My
shit.
mitochondria are gonna fucking be mitochondriaing.
Yeah, you will be mitochondria. Your whole body, just a big ball of mitochondria.
Fucking big powerhouse of the cell.
Uh, Jackie said, "Steve, tell Angelica when she opens the chem, we all get employed." Yeah, it is. It actually is crazy, like how much my sister knows about like fucking making drugs. I mean, she did go to fucking doctorate degree for it, but it's fucking crazy.
Yeah, well, that's good.
I mean, she said she can make all that shit. It's fucking crazy.
Well, yeah, Walter White, female Walter White when we're ready.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Personal use only.
yeah. Yeah, he is a mitochondria. The slew suppressor appetite. No, not really, Ryan. No, not like
No.
Reddit. So, hey, Ryan, you mind if I tell Matt what you did?
Uh-oh.
It's a good
Um,
laugh. It's a good laugh.
too much Retta.
Yeah, I had him on 500 twice a week. This dumbass was doing fucking three times the fucking amount, messaging me, bitching every day. I can't eat. I'm like, dude, there's no way
So
that
you're doing three grams a week, you're saying?
yes instead of one.
Oof.
And he's like, I'm like, wait, you're pulling to the fucking 15. You should be pulling to the five. He's like, oh.
Dude, I've heard people running upwards of 8 to 12
No, I
milligrams of
know, I
credit.
know, I know. I had Jackie at three, but like, we're trying to get shredded for a show. Like with him, it was like he couldn't eat anything. He was just wanted to throw up. And I'm like, dude, there's no way on just 1,000 a week. It's like this when your food's low. You're in a deficit. And Mark, he said, fuck. Yeah. Like, and I'm like, dude, where are you pulling it to? He fucking shows me, and I'm like, dude, that is so fucking wrong. I'm like, this is not okay, dude.
That sucks.
Yeah. But he's better
Go
now.
back to, go back to John's question. He asked about high volume versus what was it?
I don't know.
Uh,
Something
he,
about heavy banging
oh,
or some shit.
heavy duty, high
Yeah,
vol,
heavy duty.
heavy duty or high volume. So I guess he means like high intensity, low volume versus high volume. I mean, high intensity, low volume all the way.
What'd you say?
High intensity, low volume all the way over high
Yeah,
volume.
I agree. I agree. I mean, the days of me fucking squatting 495 for fucking 15 to 20 are far gone.
Yeah, definitely.
That was I mean, yeah, that's fucking high volume and fucking heavyweight, but it's it's just fucked up. Low volume, high intensity. I agree. I agree. I yielded more results from that, but man, you're just so yeah, no, John, that's why my quad tendon ruptured. um Marquez said I got mom on the GLP-3. GLP-3, she lost a ton of weight. So good.
It's good.
That's good, man. That's good.
It's useful.
Let's see. I'll ask one more here. I had a few from 2 weeks ago.
If there's any other questions in the chat, fire them out.
I don't think so. Yeah, if anyone has a question, you just drop it. Um, please tell me exactly what intensity means in this context.
In terms of like your set, right? Taking it to failure. Yeah, I mean the most weight that you could do without your form breaking down at all. Performing the movement with the heaviest amount of weight at the with the best form to mechanical failure.
Shot.
Dorian was like built different, man. But we saw, I mean, he had a lot of injuries.
Oh,
That is like ultra low volume, he would do like one set of fucking dumbbell curls, for his working set.
yeah, yeah. That dude's intensity was fucking crazy. He was, dude. He was like nuts.
Hmm.
What a fucking physique though.
Yeah, he was pretty
God,
crazy.
dude, what the fuck? His
Everybody
back.
says he was so much crazier in person than any pictures you
I'm
see.
sure, dude. He had like the density on his muscle just from photos and videos was ridiculous.
Mhm.
One 5 minute long set. Yeah, that's what he used to do. Um, And then let me ask this one. It was about social media. How has social media changed since you guys got into bodybuilding?
Gotten so persistent in everybody's life.
Yeah,
Social media when we got into it was like woke up,
MySpace.
shower, went to school, like text later, raw XD.
So yeah, just simpler times. I mean, now I feel like too, like the influencer route and all that, like that wasn't the word influencer wasn't even a fucking thing like in 2015. You know what I mean? It
Yeah. Yeah.
started to come around what 2018, I'd say 2019, really much more prominent, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Around that. And I mean, there's literally people's like entire livelihoods and identities built around social media now.
Hmm.
So yeah, it's just, it was MySpace and like your top fucking eight friends when we got into it
Hmm.
all the way back in 2011. Holy fuck.
I made MySpace in like 2007.
It's crazy, dude. Yeah.
What's
Yeah.
the craziest pro Olympian you've seen?
Like in person?
Like yeah, in person?
Mine was Justin Compton. I've never seen anything like that. It was, I told you, shit was ridiculous. Remember I told you when I met him at was it 14 Olympia?
Mhm.
Dude, it was the craziest thing. He was literally twice the width of Big Randy. Like they were standing right next to each other.
Yeah.
I think he
You
was,
see the drama with him and Kai now?
eh, and Kai's going to stick a grapefruit up his ass.
Yeah, Kai got all butt hurt, man.
I know, dude. I remember walking into that and seeing Justin Compton, not knowing who he what really was, kind of like knowing of him. And he's like, that's when I think he just turned pro or like he was getting ready for the Olympia. And that was when he was 338 pounds. And dude, I remember walking into the bathroom to take a piss and coming out of the stall and seeing him waiting. He had to wait for the hand. I held the door and I'm like, I thought he was gonna go in the stall behind me. He was like, "No, man, thanks a lot." He was so polite. He was like, "I gotta wait for the handicap stall." He had to wait for the handicap stall because he literally could not fit into a normal bathroom stall.
That's so funny.
And then,
I
dude,
believe it.
he was massive. Like it looked like AI in person.
Yeah, he had a short career though.
Yeah, I think he had some medical
Was
issues.
it?
Yeah, he had an interview with that Asian guy who does all the interviews with people.
Transparent.
Yeah, yeah. He had if you it was a few weeks ago. I listened to some of it. It was like 2, 3 hours long, and I think he talks about shit in there. I would assume, but yeah, I think there was I don't know what it was, but he definitely, man, if he continued on that trajectory, he probably would have like been in the top like 2 to 3.
You could have won an Olympia,
Dude,
definitely.
he looked insane.
Yeah, small waist with sweeping
What
quads.
now that we're talking about like old physiques, I'm curious your opinion. How do you think Dallas McCarver would have done in the open if he had, continued like if he like continued on that trajectory of his improvements.
I don't think he would have won an Olympia as well.
Yeah.
If Brandon Curry could have won an Olympia,
Yeah.
I think Dallas could have won. I think Justin could have won.
Yeah, I agree. I think that year that Phil blew his waist out and Sean Roden won, I think 18, 19, and 20, those 3 years could have been Compton or, McCarver, could have been any of them guys. You know what I mean?
I agree, 100%.
Um, I think like if Nick Walker was in his prime, like when he was shredded before he tore his hamstring, was that 3 years ago now? 2 years ago,
Who?
whenever.
Nick Walker?
I think,
Something like that.
yeah, I think he would have had a good shot too. You know what I
I
mean?
agree. Yeah, he was good.
Um, we had two more questions and then we'll get off. Ryan said, I got a question. What other sports are you guys into slash participate in?
None. Jiu-jitsu. My daughter.
Yeah. I don't really participate in obviously anything else, just injuries and my fucking shoulder being so bad. But I mean, things I'm into, like I like football, diehard Rams fan. I like hockey. Like I'll go to a Flyers game. My neighbor's the fucking announcer, so like if he gives me tickets, I'll go. Something to do. I like the sport. I like the physicality of it. And then not many people know this. Obviously, Matt knows this, but I'm a huge fucking bowling fan. I love fucking bowling. I used to bowl religiously a couple years ago, like in a league and shit. And I had like a fucking 203 average. Like I was actually pretty nasty. But
It's
then
not bad, yeah.
no, I was fucking good, dude. And then my quad tendon tore. And now I'm just like scared to take a fucking step wrong in bowling, or like I'm scared my biceps gonna tear my other quad. It's just not worth it to me. But yeah, that's really it. I'd say football, hockey, and bowling. I'm just into. That's it.
Steve the Bowling Pro. Howdy from New York asked who inspired you guys to first get into the game. Uh, it wasn't any like set person, I would say, but um, like at the time, like when I first got into it, the guys I looked up to a lot were Evan Senapani and Kai Green. I'm not necessarily a fan of Kai Green these days. I just think he's a lot of theatrics, you know.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like he's a real person almost, you know what I mean? He's
Right.
just a character.
Right.
Um, and who knows? And maybe that's because of as a result of how he grew up or whatever. But I'm not hating on the guy. I'm just not like a
No.
fanboy.
Yeah. Very.
But yeah, those are pretty much the guys that like really inspired me getting into it.
Yep.
Because I mean, that's when like you had the animal. They used to
Oh
do
yeah.
all the coverage for Evan. It was like the Road to Olympia, Road to
Yep.
Arnold. And that was like right in 2010, 2011 when I got into it.
Yep.
I used to watch those like religiously when I got home from school before I'd go train.
Absolutely. Me too, man. It was with Antoine and Evan. Um,
Yeah, Antoine was up there too. Antoine
yeah.
coached me in 2012.
Yeah, right, yeah. Um, I don't really know like if if any of the physiques got me into it. I mean, for me it was more so my dad, like
Yeah,
I mean, he just like got me into it with weightlifting, and then obviously a year or so into it, I got more into like the sport of bodybuilding. I learned who Jay Cutler was, and I saw him on a magazine, and I was like, who the fuck is that? Like I didn't know anybody a fucking human could look like that. So him, I think he was probably one of the first ones I like learned about, of a professional. Then Phil. I think everybody fucking could have admired Phil's physique. If anybody tells us that otherwise, they're out of their mind.
yeah,
Yeah, still, and I know in your opinion, the probably the best fucking physique we've ever seen. Like it's
I
just
agree.
I I really hope we see another one of him in our lifetime, but I don't think we will. Just fucking ridiculous. Um, but yeah, that was it. We have any other questions?
Nope. So that's it.
Oh yeah, Ronnie. I mean, Ronnie was. I mean, everybody knows who Ronnie Coleman is. Flex was
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah, Flex Wheeler was not. He should have won an Olympia.
Yeah.
Kevin Levrone,
Yep.
crazy. That was a good one though. Good,
Yeah.
good,
Thanks for
good
the
chat.
interaction in the chat.
Yeah, John, I'm gonna get your address from Matt and send you a whole fucking case of Diet Coke. But yeah, thank you everybody.
Here, guys.
See you guys later.
Bye.